We're at halftime in this Class 5A playoff game, and it's Ankeny Centennial ahead by 3 at intermission, 10-7. Mark Simpson with you here at the UNI-Dome for this Class 5A first-round playoff game as we look at some of the highlights that took place in the first 2 quarters. And this was Drew Campbell on the very first series with a sack for the Tigers. Good tackle made by Colin Coonrod, and then Tiger offense trying to get going, but Ankeny Centennial making things very frustrating for Gelhaus rushing in the first half. Watch this punt by Tate Hermanson. But the Tigers down at the 2, and this leads to a big play as Elijah Porter with the carry, not here, but coming up shortly, he'll turn the ball over on a costly turnover. And Cedar Falls' Ben Russell with the recovery. This is a 4th down and goal from the 1. The Tigers go for it, and Tate Hermanson sneaks in, and the Tigers led 7-0 after the extra point by Jake Holstein. That came at the 4:06 mark of the first quarter. So a good start for the Tigers, but Ankeny Centennial got the kickoff, started at the 20, and they showed a lot of weapons. There's Elijah Porter with a long run, and then quarterback Trenton Smith rolling out to his left, improvising, and Max Snyder a sliding catch at the 2. It's a 1st and goal situation for the Jaguars. And finishing off the drive, it's Trenton Smith as he powers his way in. We're tied at 7. Drake Gelhaus, ball carrier for the Tigers, just could not get going in the first half, while Elijah Porter, certainly dynamic playmaker from his running back position. This was a huge play. They did not call this a fumble. They said he was down, but obviously on replay it shows that he did lose possession of the football. So on 4th down and 1, going for the first down is Trenton Smith on a quarterback keeper. That kept the drive alive, and then Porter with a long run down to the 21-yard line before he's pushed out of play. And again, on a 4th down, deep in Tiger territory, the Jaguars convert again, and then they would, after was a sack by Jordan Jones-Whitaker on 3rd down, and a field goal just sneaks in by Cale Weiner. That's where we're at halftime, 10-7. So the Tigers only down by 3, but they need to get their offense going here in this second half. And we'll be right back with the start of the 3rd quarter. This is Tiger playoff football on Cedar Falls Community Television.
For nearly 50 years, Witham Auto Centers have been privileged to serve our communities with honesty, integrity, and trust. And you can trust that we make car buying easy at Witham Auto Center in Waterloo. From our selection of new Kias and Fords and pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to our factory-trained and certified service experts, we're ready to serve you at Witham Auto Center in Waterloo.
Everything we do is driven by you.
I am proud to work at Cedar Falls Utilities simply for the reputation that we have within the community. I love serving our customers, our community, and helping them with the needs when they come to us.
It's really just is a collection of people working toward a shared goal for their community. I think that's evident in everything we do.
I think our roles are important to customers. Simply, we get to help people and businesses do life every day.
In 2022, the Friends of the Cedar Falls Public Library observed their 40th year of cultivating the love of learning and celebrating the joy of reading. Friends support library services and programs for the community. This is made possible through both yearly memberships to the Friends organization and sales in the Book Nook. Located off the library lobby, the Book Nook accepts donations of gently used books, magazines, and puzzles for resale to the public. Here are some of the many wonderful things that funds raised by the Friends have made possible. New children's browsing bins, Youth Department Playhouse equipment and toys, supplies for storytime crafts for children of various ages, a puppet theater and an assortment of puppets to aid in telling stories, items in the collaborative laboratory makerspace such as sewing machines and cricket makers, artwork in both the stairway and the atrium, meeting room tables to accommodate various size groups, the maintenance of the fish aquarium in the youth department, the library of things to check out such as musical instruments, gardening tools, technology, and outdoor games, free access to the monthly book page publications, a teen room complete with specially designed furniture and AV equipment, the bike repair post outside the library, multiple copies of books for the Friends book clubs, which are also available to all library patrons. So how can you support great library services like these at the Cedar Falls Public Library? You can donate books and materials to the Book Nook for resale. You can shop at the Book Nook, and you can join the Friends. Become a member today. Click on the Friends link on the Cedar Falls Library webpage or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Almost ready to begin this second half as Ankeny Centennial will be kicking off to Cedar Falls. Mark Simpson along with the coach, John Yoakum here at the UNI-Dome. And halftime is about adjustments. And John, can the Tigers make enough adjustments, get that offense going here in the second half?
Well, I feel like Cedar Falls always does a nice job of making adjustments at halftime. I'm interested to see what they come out with here in the second half. But yeah, just gotta move the ball a little bit, and our defense is playing great. Just find a way to get a score or two here.
Nick Severson's kickoff will be taken by Russell at the 10, running to the left, looking for a block, has a little bit of a seam and squeezes his way out past the 30, and a late flag, very late flag comes out, and that's going to be against Cedar Falls.
That's interesting. I feel like they get away with holding a lot in the first half, and I didn't think it was a very bad hold on our part, but they're going to call it here.
Holding against Cedar Falls. So watch it again. It was right in that seam. Yep,
I guess you can see kind of get a handful of cloth there, but
it was a late flag, but a correct call. As usual, the officials make us look stupid up here.
Yeah, from time to time. They get a little better angle.
So the Tigers will take over at their 15 right now, just trying to get some continuity on offense. First half, Drake Gelhaus, 10 carries, 51 yards. And his first carry of the second half picks up just a couple. Tate Hermanson, 3 out of 5 throwing in the first half, but just for 10 yards. Total offense, Cedar Falls only 63.
Do you have time possession there, Mark?
No,
I guess
I
we probably don't have that, but that's what seemed like the biggest difference to me was it seemed like Centennial had the ball 3 times as much as we did, maybe even more. So, it's maybe not a ton of adjustments, just finding a way to possess the ball. That was one of the keys that Coach Remmert talked about, was controlling the ball.
Yeah, I can't recall Cedar Falls picking up a first down in that first half either. So it's a 2nd down and 8. Play action. They're going to go deep, looking for Rowe. Rowe cannot make the catch. He, in fact, has to play almost like defensive back and knock the ball away as the coverage by Connor Welsh. And that'll bring up now a 3rd and long.
Got up gingerly there, too. I like the play action there with Gilhouse. Taking a shot there, and Rose made a lot of big plays this year.
Yeah, he was shaken up after that
when you're
incomplete pass.
You're kind of hand fighting like that, your legs can get kind of tangled up, and that's where some of those injuries happen.
So now it's a 3rd down and long. Oh, Tigers just desperate to stay on the field on offense here. They move Bakula to the right. Hermanson will throw. Throws it, and Rowe, did he make the catch? He did, but
Gonna be a little short.
He's going to be about 2 yards short of the 1st down.
I think replay is going to show he maybe didn't catch that, but we're going to get the benefit here, I think.
Here's the pass.
It kind of went through his arms, but he was able to kind of cover it up there.
It's going to be a 4th down and 2, and Jake Holstein in the punt for Cedar Falls. So a 3 and out. So that holding penalty on the kickoff return, putting the Tigers deep in their own territory.
Love to see one of those high punts here from Jake.
Holstein really hasn't got a hold of one yet, but it seems like he's purposely trying to keep it away from the return men. And now we got a flag thrown as the ball was snapped, and this is usually against the punting team. If it was an offsides, Tigers would have a 1st down, but it's going to be a legal procedure against Cedar Falls. It just appeared to me in that 1st half, his punts, he was trying to keep it away from those dangerous return men for the Jaguars.
The replay, but
Jake standing at the Tigers' 4-yard line. Shea Buskole's the long snapper. And
there's a better one.
Booming kick. It's going to bounce and roll inside the 20. Down to about the 10-yard line. Wow.
By better one, I mean awesome one, Mark. Let's get the yardage on that. 30 for about 70 yards. All right, we're about.
Yeah, it's about a 74-yard punt, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. Wow.
It might have been closer to 80. We go from, no, we were on our 20, weren't we? About our 20. Yep.
Wow. That is
30 and 40, about 70, yeah.
That changes field position in a hurry. Jake Holstein, big smile on his face.
There's getting a hold of one, and then there's that.
that had to feel good. Now here come the Jaguars on offense with Trenton Smith, the quarterback. He's throwing on 1st down. Porter in the open. Coonrod in the open field makes the tackle.
Great open field tackle there by Coonrod.
That's a loss of a couple. Colin Coonrod, just a junior. He has played so well from that strong safety position.
Well, you know, he's kind of a linebacker body type, but has the speed to play defensive back, and just kind of a hybrid player there on defense, and he makes a lot of plays.
Trenton Smith, 6'1", 205-pound junior. Had a good 1st half for Ankeny Centennial. Here's Porter, right side of line of scrimmage, and whipped to the ground by Drew Langner.
Langner and Campbell on the tackler, sets up 3rd and long. Love to get him off the field here.
Elijah Porter, who's the most dangerous weapon for Centennial in the 1st half besides Smith. Tiger defense has been on the field for a long time in this game, but showing so far no signs of tiring out here, getting fatigued after Ankeny Centennial, as you mentioned, John. It really controlled the time of possession.
Big down here.
There goes Severson in motion, and down Campbell. Drew Campbell, his 2nd sack of the game, the 3rd for the Tigers. And look at this, the ball will be spotted at the 6.
Just a bull rush here on the edge against their left tackle. Just kind of runs through him.
Tigers defensive end, the 3rd leading tackler for Cedar Falls this year. Now has 19 tackles for losses.
And they haven't had great punts either, so.
This is Easton Miller.
I'd love to catch this one.
Got a nice one there.
Yep.
Backpedaling, Russell at the 49, running across the field, looking for the picket fence.
He's got some room.
Tries to cut inside, but that's a good special teams tackle made by Sean Stewart.
Still great field position there. The defense did exactly what they needed to do. And that was their best punt of the day, too, I feel like. So now you have a chance. You know, I know they worked on stuff at halftime, but what they want to do offensively. Now you're in a good field position to kind of open things up and do what you want to do. I also feel like we can try to find Smith there in the slot. I know he's got great speed and good hands. Just need a big play somewhere.
So that huge 70-yard plus punt by Holstein really making a huge difference on that series.
I'd love to cash it in here.
So the Tigers start at the 42-yard line. Key here in postseason, no mistakes. This is Gelhaus nowhere as that Ankeny Centennial defense up front, they have been strong. 2nd down and 10. And again, this is not the strength of the Tigers. They need to have like a 2nd and 5. You know, this is a team that doesn't work well from behind.
The thing I've been impressed with Centennial on both sides of the ball is how physical they've been. I feel like on offense they've been able to move us a little bit, you know, running the ball up the middle, and those front 3 or 4, depending on how they line up, have really controlled the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10. No gain by Drake Gelhaus. Cedar Falls desperate, take advantage of the good field position. Hermanson. Oh no, and we got a penalty, I think.
Timeout.
Oh,
I think the play clock was running down, and then it had some confusion. I saw Shea Buskell running off the field kind of late, so I don't know if they only had 10 guys out there or what it was, but you know, this is too important of a drive to not get what you want out there, and so Coach Remmert realized that and just wants to make sure they have exactly what they need out there.
he's unhappy with having to use a timeout.
He knows how good field position this is and how important this is right now to get a good possession here.
Cedar Falls coming into this game averaging 24 points a ball game, but just 263 yards on offense per game as Jaguar cheerleaders entertaining their fans. And the Tiger offense, it's been sputtering at times this year. They just don't have that big play capability, it appears, this season.
Hopefully we can get one here on this drive.
But they certainly have some guys that are ready to step up in this playoff game. And here's Gelhaus keeping the legs moving, fights forward on 2nd down and picks up about 4 yards. So important 3rd down coming up. And again, the key, remember the Tigers' outstanding kicker, Jake Holstein. You know, if the Tigers can get a...
Still think you need about 3 or 4 or 5 more yards, and then you're into almost go-for-it territory.
It's a big 3rd down for both teams. Tigers trying to convert a rare 1st down here. Hermanson, rollout right. And thought about running, and pumps, throws it, and it's got a play.
That's a huge hit.
Caden Smith going after it.
I know it was uncatchable, but he got popped on that play.
A 4th down. This Jaguar defense, it's been a curtain on this Tigers team tonight.
I think this is going to be that pooch punt again where Rowe comes in motion.
Well, last time he did it.
No, they have faked it before and thrown it to Rowe, but I just think the way the defense is playing, pin them deep.
Well, yeah, last time the ball was down right at the 2. And they will do the pooch kick again. Can the Tigers cover? Oh,
I just missed it.
Oh, it rolled
Almost
past. Caden Smith nearly got to that.
Almost got 2 of those.
But Jaguars take over. 1st and 10 at the 20. So again, disappointment for Cedar Falls as they had good field position but had the punt. So here come the Jaguars on offense at their own 20-yard line. They're coached by co-coaches. Jerry Pizzetti, the father, 84 years young, and Ryan Pizzetti, his son. They're the co-coaches, and Jerry Pizzetti is Iowa's all-time winningest coach. 440 wins. State championships at Ankeny in '97 and 2012.
Bet the offenses have changed since he started.
Went way back in '61 when he started at Murray. I don't even know where Murray is. This is Elijah Porter.
Tackle there by Russell.
Spins his way for about 2 yards. So Jerry Pizzetti, along with Kurt Teig, who coached at Webster City and Fort Dodge and Edmonds. Kurt Blatt coached forever at Harlan. Only coaches in the state with over 400 wins. So it's elite company. There's Jerry Pizzetti patrolling the sidelines. He's seen it all, I'm sure. Second down and 8. Porter. Ball loose, and it looks
Schlotman's got it.
Carter Schlotman with a fumble recovery, and another turnover by Ankeny Centennial.
I would say that's his second fumble recovery, but kind of got the first one taken away. A great job there by the Tigers.
No controversy on this call. Stripped out of his hands on a great tackle by who else? Drew Campbell. And Cedar Falls will take over 1st and 10 at the Jaguars' 22-yard line.
Another great opportunity here.
So Schlotman with the fumble recovery. Sooner or later, something's got to fall right for the Tigers here. 5:53 to go in the third. 3-point lead for Ankeny Centennial. Tigers trying to cash in. I formation. Here comes Gelhaus up the middle. Drake Gelhaus, good gain on 1st down. It's about 6 yards.
Yeah, sometimes they put Jake Peters at the left tight end spot and move Beneke to right tackle, and they like to run right over that, kind of press the left side and kick back to the right there. And great run by Gelhaus.
2nd down and 4. 5.5 minutes remaining in this tense playoff matchup between the Tigers and the Jaguars.
You talked about Cedar Falls being on schedule on offense. That was a great start there on this drive.
Out of the eye, Buskole is the H-back. And they'll go with Buskole. And a quick hitter. That's a 1st down run.
I don't remember which game it was, but he had a bunch of carries in one game, a bunch of yards, a couple touchdowns, and it's an effective play. It's a quick hitter. They're not expecting it.
It was Muscatine you were thinking about. Yep. It's hard to believe, but Shea Buskole is the 3rd leading rusher on the Tigers this season with 73 yards. Now he has 77, and 1st down for the Tigers. You know what, John? I think that might be our first down of the game.
I think we had one more in the first half near the end of the 2-minute drill kind of a thing. But other than that, I think that's about it.
So now the Tigers chance to take the lead. They give it a counter play.
Gelhaus busts through. Touchdown.
Give him 6 as there's a hole, and Gelhaus marches in for the touchdown, and Cedar Falls takes the lead with 4:38 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Look at the hole.
They kind of got the linebackers off balance with that fake to row to the outside, and Gelhaus just needs a little bit of a seam, and he just falls forward, gets a touchdown. But great seam by the line there. Gelhaus had a hole to run through and just found a way to get in the end zone.
So Schlotman with that fumble recovery. And the extra point up and good, and now Tigers up 14-10, 4:38. Again, remaining here in the 3rd. There's the fumble as Porter coughed it up on the tackle by Drew Campbell. And the 14th touchdown of the season for Drake Gelhaus comes in the playoffs to put Cedar Falls ahead here at the UNI-Dome.
You just see Drake was not going to be denied on that run. It's almost the most space he's seen today for the most part, and made him pay.
So it's a brand new ball game as the Tigers offense again takes advantage of a short field after a Jaguars turnover. Holstein came into the game with 28 touchbacks, but
yeah, I don't know if it's by design there in the first half. I think we'll see right here. Those first 2 were just kind of a miss hit, or if it's by design.
Though I guess the one was a touchback. The return man
let it go.
Yes.
I think Jake's going to nail this one.
And he does. Crushes that one.
Like after that punt, he's got kind of that crazy look in his eye.
So at the 1st and 10 at the 20, here come the Jaguars. And Cedar Falls now. Let's see how they taking the lead here. How the defense will respond.
I thought Centennial did a great job in the first half responding after the Tigers took the lead. They kind of marched down the field 80 yards and got the response score. Interesting to see how they respond here.
One thing about Ankeny Centennial, really impressive, is their balance, throwing and running the football. Smith, quick pitch to the right, and short gain on the play.
Jones, Whitaker, and Gertis in on the tackle there.
That's the first carry of the ball game for J.J. Morgan. Morgan's only a freshman. Getting a big carry here in this playoff game.
Love to see the freshman fumble there. Get tough carry playoff game like this.
Second down and 8. Boy, you got to be a pretty special athlete, freshman at this level in 5A. So, clock rolling. We're down to 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And Smith will throw out into the flat. Porter with the catch. Oh, makes a good move to shake a defender and will pick up the first down. Oh, he made a terrific move, get past Colin Coonrod.
Yep, and that's just a great athlete making a play there. I think you have him in a little shake, and there he goes. And Colin's made great tackles all night. Just a little hip shake, and there he goes.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line of Ankeny Centennial. Jaguars 5-4 on the year. The Tigers 7-2. But one of those 5 wins came against Cedar Falls week 4 of the regular season way back on September 16th, 28-14. Pressure on Smith. He runs away from it, throws it down the field. A caught and a bouncing off a tackler and down at the 46-yard line.
Ty Morgan there on the catch.
Ty Morgan, a senior. That's his 3rd reception of the year. And again, the scrambling ability of Smith, able to get out of trouble and able to convert a big play.
Big hit there by Thayer at the end.
The Tigers up 14-10. Ankeny Centennial now has moved the ball up close to midfield, right at that Panther logo here at the UNI-Dome. Low snap, looking right, now looking left, open. They're making the catch, Severson, and
ripped it out, fumble!
Another fumble, but it looks like Centennial has the balls. Coonrod forced the fumble.
He is upset because he thought he had another chance right there.
Oh, it's Centennial, and it's Eric Entrikin with that big fumble recovery.
That's why you always chase to the football. He just gets a hold of it and just whoop, rips it right out, gets his hand on the point.
And then Entrikin.
Langer just missed it, kind of overran it.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Full house backfield. And they're going to run with
blitz.
Porter, and it's a blitz, and the Drew Curtis with a tackle for a loss from his middle linebacker position.
And great call there. Coach Humpel calls the defense there, and great timing there for a blitz, and Gertis came in untouched.
Tigers leading tackler.
Well, if you're not going to block him, he's going to make a lot of tackles, I'll tell you that.
Took a bullet shot out of a gun. And now it's 8.5 tackles for losses on the year. Down to 2 minutes to go in the third. Bleacher Creatures making noise here at the Dome. It's a big 3rd and 7 for the Jaguars. Tigers showing blitz. They come with it. Smith rolls to his left.
Campbell is getting held every time.
And a pass thrown out of play, incomplete. Drew Campbell. Yep, there is a flag down.
It's unbelievable. Watch this.
He's watch 47 on the red. Yeah, look at that.
That's why he needs a new jersey every game.
He has worn 3 different jerseys this year because 2 of them have been ripped up. And I think the Tigers will decline this.
Hopefully Coach Remmert has the equipment guy with an extra one waiting. Just keep getting held like that, it's going to happen again.
Halloween, of course, coming up this weekend. And Bleacher Creatures dress for it. Russell standing at the 15-yard line. Rowe at about the 25. Line drive kick. Fair catch.
Yeah, great. That's a great catch, because if you don't catch that, that's going to roll 20 yards down to the 5.
That's a great observation, John.
It's a gutsy catch, too, because people are going to be barreling down on you.
So the Tigers with a 4-point lead in the football at their own 25-yard line. 14-10, a minute 44 to go in the third. Winner moves on into the quarterfinals and will take on the winner between Pleasant Valley and Valley. Those two teams meeting tonight at Pleasant Valley. This is the round of 16. In fact, the round of 16 for all 7 classes in the state tonight. Exciting night of high school football. Power side to the left. See the Tigers try to keep that momentum after that touchdown last time they had it. That was a
kind of an odd exchange there. It's almost like where Hermanson thought the handoff was going one way and Gelhaus thought it was going the other, and just kind of ran into each other there.
Yeah, very slow developing play and a loss of a yard as Jaguars continue to play outstanding defense. Cedar Falls in the postseasons for the 33rd time in school history. Again, their record all time in the playoffs, 45-31. 6th straight year in the playoffs for Cedar Falls, 18 of the last 19 years. They'll go with the counter, and Gelhaus barrels ahead and picks up the yards lost on first down, but now it's a 3rd and 10. So for Ankeny Centennial, they have to be kind of kicking themselves, because if they hold on to the football, they would probably have kept Cedar Falls off the scoreboard right now. But the 2 fumbles deep in their own territory, Tigers, like good teams do, take advantage and lead now 14-10.
I think if we get a big play in the passing game, I think it's going to come to Smith or Bachila, because they're doing a pretty good job covering row. I think that's where we're going to have some advantages.
3rd and 10, a passing situation. Hermanson rolls out, throws, sliding catch, Bachila, it's a first down.
Yeah, just like I said, it seems like they're covering row really tight. They kind of ran zone coverage there, and we had 2 levels covered there, and great throw by Hermanson and great sliding catch there by Tate.
That's 5th catch of the year. An important one here in the playoffs. It's a 1st and 10 with just 24 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Let me let the clock just run out here. It's going to be almost simultaneous. I think they're going to let it run out if they can here, but we'll see.
Tigers line up. Yeah, it looks like the play clock and the game clock at the same time. They aren't going to run. Oh no, it's a fumble, and Ankeny Centennial recovers. Oh no, it's a disaster in the final play of the 3rd quarter as the Jaguars recover a fumble, and we'll go into the 4th quarter with Centennial with the football deep in Tiger territory. We'll be back with more right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television. We start the 4th quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. Tigers ahead by 4, 14-10, but final play of the 3rd quarter, and it's
never really got the handle on the snap, and then there's kind of a timing handoff and similar work. But you know, Centennial's given us a couple. You know, we gave them one here. Let's see if the defense can respond.
All at the Cedar Falls 38-yard line.
They got the sticks in the wrong place.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
The sticks have got to go.
They got to move. Chain gang. Well, the first turnover of the game for Cedar Falls. So that Tiger defense just played well tonight. They're going to be tested again by this Ankeny Centennial team. First time they met, it was the Jaguars winning 28-14. They led 21-0 at halftime in that game. That was the game where it was a windy night and they had good field position, kind of took advantage of that in the second quarter and jumped on the Tigers. That was one of the Centennial's better games of the season.
Bleacher creatures
Winnie
ready to cheer.
Tigger the Tiger doesn't look happy right there. Arms crossed.
Yeah, he's not happy with that last play.
Well, the Tiger defense, the defensive ends, Ian Bonenkamp, Drew Campbell. Tackles of Jordan Jones-Whitaker, Noah Thayer. Linebackers, Drew Langner, Drew Gertis, Ryan Bowling. Corners, Ben Russell and Carter Schlotman. Strong safety, Colin Coonrod, Caleb Whelan. Can they step up here? 1st and 10. And plowing up the middle. Look at Porter. Porter keeping the legs moving and following that big offensive line. And
that's the same formation they run that quarterback sneak out of, and they just gave it to the tailback instead. And Porter found some room and ran hard.
Through 3 quarters, Tigers only 97 yards in total offense. But here they are. They lead 14-10. It's going to be a 2nd down. About a yard and a half coming up here for Ankeny Centennial. Look at that. The wishbone offense here. Gonna go with Porter up the middle. And they appear to have the 1st down. So Coach Ryan Pizzetti saying, hey, we're just going to muscle the Cedar Falls team right now.
I think you have to do that until they stop it. That up the middle stuff has been pretty good for them. Offensive line's kind of getting some forward lean to them, and
Ankeny Centennial 5-4. The Tigers 7-2, but Centennial playing a really strong schedule this year. Again, that same formation. Trenton Smith, and this is a Miller with the handoff. Easton Miller, and they have found something here as Easton Miller pile drives his way for about 6-7 yards.
One of the biggest things, you talked about how it seems like our defense has been on the field a lot. This is where it kind of starts to hurt because they've been out there a lot and they're getting tired, and Centennial's definitely moving the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, 5. Ball to 22. Tigers turning the ball over, and now good field position for Centennial. Miller fighting his way, still moving the pile, and finally brought down inside the 10. And the running of Easton Miller and Elijah Porter I'm just
going to go no huddle, do it again.
Yep. And they'll go with Miller. This time Miller is tripped up on a 1st and goal. So Drew Campbell may have got around the end and got the tackle there.
I think what happened there is Thayer kind of went to the ground and kind of made a pile. If you're getting driven back, I was always kind of taught to go down, so you're not moving the line of scrimmage. Make them run over you or around you. You almost have to do that at this point.
2nd and goal from the 8. Tigers lead by 4, but Jaguars threatening to take the lead. And this is Porter. Porter turning around the corner at the 5. What a
great tackle by Schlotman.
Carter Schlotman diving.
That's touchdown saving tackle right there.
We'll put the ball at the 4. Watch the edge, we're told, and watch
was a pretty nice spot too. But
it's 3rd and goal from the 4.
But if you can keep them from gaining any yardage here and force them to kick, that would be huge. If they gain 2 yards, I think they're going for it.
I agree. And again, same formation. Out of the wishbone. And we have a timeout taken by the Jaguars as they use their first timeout of the 2nd half on a critical 3rd and goal from the 4. Cedar Falls 14, Ankeny Centennial 10. As we look at upcoming programming here on Channel 15, we have UNI football and basketball, wrestling coming up here soon. as we move into the winter sports season. Excited about that. How about that girls wrestling? As it's now a sanctioned sport, as the Tigers will take on Wahlert Catholic. And I'm excited about this UNI basketball team. A lot of young guys on there, but talented young guys.
And a lot of former Tigers in there too, so it's fun to watch.
I'll expect Trey Campbell and Landon Wolf to see considerable playing time this year, or playing time for the Panthers. So
I'd agree.
Expect a fun winter sports coverage here on Channel 15. This is a pretty fun game as well. With 8:44 remaining, can the Tigers come up with a big play here on 3rd down and keep the Jaguars out of the end zone?
The question is, do they do anything different than what they've been doing? You know, do they fake it and try to catch them off guard? It looks like they're lining up just to hammer it again.
A backfield of Morgan, Miller, and Porter. And they're going to go with Miller around the edge, and leans out, and he did not get in, but it's going to be a 4th and goal from the 1. We've seen this movie play before, as we expect probably that quarterback sneak that they've been very successful at.
It's giving that away, Mark.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely short, it appears.
So it's at the 1, 4th and goal. Tigers have been unable to stop this. They've just been able to outmuscle it. And here's Trenton Smith under center. Everybody knows what's going to happen here. And here he pushes forward. The Tigers come up with a football and running up the field and down at the 6. And that's going to be a turnover, or is that a touchdown?
Turnover.
It is another turnover committed by Ankeny Centennial. Their argument is they're saying their guy was in the end zone when the ball came loose. And look at the Jaguar coaching staff.
Oh, no, it's loose. It was loose.
That is a fumble. Carter Schlotman.
It's the second one in the stats, but 3rd overall.
Well, the Ankeny Centennial fans unhappy, but again,
they're wrong. It was a fumble.
Watch the replay, and that ball came out before he broke the plane. Yep, that ball was...
The fumble was caused by Miller, I think, coming in there to push him. Number 2.
Johnny on the spot. Carter Schlotman, the ball bounced right into his numbers. Oh, my.
What a break for the Tigers.
On a 4th down. The 4th and 1 and the 3rd turnover committed by the Jaguars. 1st and 10. Gelhaus. Couple yards. 2nd down and 8.
I know it's a little bit dangerous with a pitch, but I've liked the way that option play has looked for the Tigers. I think if Hermanson can draw that linebacker in and get it to Drake, I think that's a good way to get it to the outside. But it's obviously a risky play in this part of the field. But
Tiger fans still maybe a disbelief they still have the lead here. And the 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 9-yard line. Under center, Hermanson. Junior quarterback.
Counter.
And this is Gelhaus. A couple more yards picked up. 3rd down coming. Tough situation here if you're Coach Brad Remmer. You got to somewhat play conservatively down here at the field position.
Yeah, you don't want to put it in the air and turn it over or put yourself in a bad spot, but 3rd and about 6.
Colton Kitt, one of the linebackers, with the tackle for Centennial. It's a 3rd down and 6.
Baca had a big catch in the last drive.
Ian Smith here to the near side. Logan Rowe split wide to the right. Play clock at 8. Cedar Falls runs it, and Gelhaus short of the 1st down, only picks up a yard. So 4th down coming up, and
I do think the Tigers are going to say you're going to have to drive the ball 50, 60 yards in our defense to beat us and punch it in.
Jake Holstein, his last punt, over 70 yards. I don't know if he can do that again.
I'm not sure it's fair to expect that every time he punts it, but they give it a shot.
So
big thing here to me is get a good snap, get the kick off, because
well, time becoming a factor here. 6 minutes to go. Under 6 minutes now. The clock running. Holstein standing in his 2.
Good snap.
And gets another tremendous kick that'll send the return man back to the 31. Hesitation on where to go, and the Tigers swarm him down at the 36-yard line.
I know it's a little thing, but that snap was fantastic. Perfect snap. Jake got another booming kick out of it.
Isaac Brule with the short punt return. There's a flag down across the field.
I think it was Buskell that's the long snapper, and that was perfect.
There's a flag at the 43-yard line of Ankeny Centennial.
Hoping for a block in the back or a holding.
Referees. Well, it's been the bugaboo here for Ankeny Centennial. A lot of penalties in this game against the Jags. And that'll be a holding. So that'll march them back 10 more yards. 5:43 to go in the game. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Winner moves on to the quarterfinals. Where are we going to spot the ball?
Both teams only have 2 timeouts left, I believe. So, you know, the way their offense kind of methodically moves down the field, it's not a real big strike offense, at least it hasn't been. So,
well, we'll put the ball at the 29-yard line.
I think they marked it back from where he caught it. But what I was getting at is this drive could be it. I mean, it's
5:43 shows on the clock. And back to pass Smith. A lot of time in the pocket. Dumps it down, and it's caught by Nick Severson. Short gain. 3-4 yards. Caught by the senior. Second down, 7.
It also makes it harder to run that wishbone power because you're just chewing clock.
That's a great point. 5:18 shows on the clock. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum here at the UNI-Dome. Playoff football. It's a tense one here. Tigers trying to hold on. Here come the Jaguars with that explosive offense. Trenton Smith looking to his left, now looking over the middle, dumps it out. Shuddy, the tight end, makes the catch, but
big hit by Gertis.
That's only a pickup of 1. Drew Gertis. Wow, what a
He's not a real big linebacker, but man, he delivers a pop when he comes in there.
5'10", 190 pounds, and watch this contact here.
Shuddy's a bigger guy, and Gertis just knocks him back.
We got now 3rd down and 4. It's a big play here because field position with the ball at the 32-yard line of the Jaguars. Tiger fans making noise. Smith trying to
false start. Gotta be.
Flag comes out late. Yeah, it looked definitely like the couple of the offensive linemen came up early for the Jaguars.
Gertis was bringing the heat, and they jumped.
That's the thing. You have a visiting team here in this environment at the Dome, and sometimes with the noise, it's incredibly hard to hear.
You know, I think sometimes in the regular season it kind of hurts the Tigers because it's kind of just such a fun environment. When it gets to the playoffs, we're used to playing here, and so you know everything in the playoffs is huge, and we're used to playing here, so could help us in that respect.
3rd down now and 9. 4:17 remaining in the game. Big play. Smith back to pass. Pressure on him over the middle. Almost intercepted. Gertis stepped in front and had a chance, but he could not hold on to it. But the Tigers hold. But meanwhile, Smith shaken up after he threw that football, and that's concern here for the Jaguars. Gets up. He's going to walk off on his own power.
I didn't see how bad he got hit after that, but
he's going to have nightmares of that. Drew Gertis didn't make it.
Langner kind of came on a blitz, like a delayed blitz here. It probably got to him. Oh yeah, Peters Peters got him.
So now it's 4th down, 4:07 to go. Tigers
shanked it.
Oh, and the ball will bounce out of play, like around near the 42-yard line. And so, great field position for the Tigers. 4 minutes to go in the game. And there was a shot at Trenton Smith. He got shaken up after that 3rd down pass attempt. Well, now that Tiger offense, which has struggled tonight, this would be a good time to pick up a few first downs.
That'd be huge. If you could run the ball and pick up a few first downs, that would just about do it.
4 minutes remaining. The Tigers
One thing,
just over 100 yards in total offense and somehow have a chance to beat Ankeny Centennial.
they're playing good defense and managing the ball is winning football too. So
Hermanson out of the shotgun. Running the
Reverse.
option. Oh, it's a oh no, and Smith can't hold on to it. Picks it up, and huge loss on first down. Love the play call, just they did not work out, and now the ball spot at the 31.
that was going to be open too. Oh man, that was going to be
Oh,
open.
the execution just not there. And such a huge loss. Now
Yeah, the big thing though is he got back on it. I mean, I know they're not happy about that, losing the yards, but could have been a lot worse.
this is true. 16 seconds remaining on the play clock. Tigers break from the huddle. Now it's a 2nd down and 22. Tigers going to watch that play clock all the way down to 1 before they hike it. Nope, at 5. And short run for Drake Gelhaus, who's had a tough evening, but still plodding and running hard. As we're going to be under 3 minutes when this ball is snapped.
Chew the clock and then run it one more time and chew the clock and get a good punt off. And you got to make them drive it against our defense.
3rd down and 20.
Big thing about the offense though is they've capitalized when they've had the chances. They've put it in.
Boy, if Drew Curtis had caught that interception, I thought it was a pick 6.
It's close.
Now Tigers counterplay, and Gelhaus protecting the football. That's the most important thing at this
I was
point.
just going to say that's one of the nice things. He's really good at getting that second hand on it and covering it up and protecting the football.
So 4th down and clock stopped. 2:27 remaining. Did they use a timeout or?
Yep.
Okay, yep, down to 1 timeout of the Jaguars. Jake Holstein punting. He's gotten 2 boomers in his last consecutive punts. Now
He's got to be careful not kicking it in the end zone.
for the Jaguars, they haven't really put any heat on Holstein yet.
Nope.
You think they'll go or trying to get the return set up?
I would go after the punt.
Well, we've had turnovers in this game. This is the one that set up the Tigers' first touchdown, and that was Elijah Porter coughing the ball up inside the 10. Porter again with another turnover, and that led to the Tigers' second and go-ahead touchdown. Tigers, though, guilty of mistakes. And that was a fumble. The Tigers were able to force one right at the goal line. Look at that. That was the biggest play of the game. 7:58 mark.
That play had worked every single time prior to that.
Good snap. And Holstein gets a good punt. And going to be taken up here. This is Lucas Brule, and
Gertis is in there. Langer's in there.
about the 31. 2:14 to go. 1 timeout remaining. And here comes Ankeny Centennial.
I know we've talked about it before, but that snap just makes such a big difference on that punt. All right.
Well,
I think the strength all year has been the defensive line and our defense, and they got a man down here. I think he kind of got his legs caught up and peeled backwards here.
I thought that was Lucas Brule. No, that was going to be Isaac Brule. Isaac Brule.
Looks like he has his legs trapped and he gets rolled over. I think his left leg got trapped and then he got rolled over backwards.
It's too bad. A late injury here. Isaac Brule, sophomore. There's the other games going on tonight. We got word that Valley is ahead of Pleasant Valley.
So if Cedar Falls would win, they would host. If it holds up that way.
Yeah, Valley would win, and Cedar Falls hangs on to win. But a lot of ifs here. It's Pod D, and then
neither one of those teams are a treat. Both great teams, but this stoppage and play here, it helps the offense get things set up. But I also think our defense has been on the field so much that it's nice to give them a chance to catch their breath here. You hope the kid's okay.
And
looks like he's going to get up here. It's a good sign. He's putting some weight on his leg there.
10th grader walking off on his own power after the punt return. And so the ball at the 31-yard line. They have to go 69 yards. 2:14 to go, and Now it's do or die for the Jags, for the Tigers, trying to stop.
Centennial will not be punting.
Oh, we got a new quarterback is into the ball game here.
Might be a passing quarterback.
This is Chase Kluver. Kluver back to pass.
They
set up the screen. This is Elijah Porter, and Porter tripped up and tackled at the 40-yard line. So Kluver, not Smith, in here in this 2-minute drill. Down to a minute 57, a 2nd down and 2.
Sophomore as well.
Kluver looking to his left, throws it across the field, caught.
He's out of bounds.
Oh, he stepped
incomplete.
Up. Incomplete. His back foot was out of bounds when he made the reception.
What a spot to be thrown into here for Kluver, sophomore. Playoff game like this. Wow.
So now it's 3rd down and 2. I wonder, was Smith hurt, or is they just put Kluver in? I would imagine that.
I see Smith, his helmet's off, so I don't know if he got hit in the head or if he had an issue on that last drive.
3rd down and 2. Oh, it looked like movement on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Looked like Entrican took off early. So that'll be a 3rd and 7. Again, the penalties have just been Centennial shooting themselves in the foot tonight with the mistakes. 3rd down and 7. Minute 47 remaining in the game. Can the Tigers hang on and move into the quarterfinals?
Love to see some pressure from Bowenkamp and Campbell here on the edges.
So Kluver working out of the shotgun. Tigers showing blitz. And again, it looked like movement. And then tackle stood up early, and he is hot.
I think the linemen are talking to the quarterback. I don't know if they were not happy with the cadence or the, and that's another huge thing. If you're used to a cadence from a quarterback and it's slightly different with somebody else, you're going to get some of those penalties. Look like they were giving it on the jet sweep there to Severson.
I don't know what it's about, but I don't like the body language when you do something like that.
Yep.
When you argue. And,
they're frustrated, yep.
Yep, and show up a teammate. 3rd down and 12. Ball at the 29-yard line. So consecutive penalties against the Jaguars. The sophomore. The noise at the Dome. Back to pass. Throws it across the field. Over the head and incomplete. Severson, the intended receiver. And now.
Here's your ball game, Mark.
4th down and 12.
The big thing to me here is don't get a penalty. Don't get a face mask or a roughing the passer or whatever the case may be. Make them gain the 12 yards that they have to here.
I think they're going to use their final timeout. So you wonder what happened. Did Smith get hurt? Remember, he got shaken up on that incomplete pass the series prior to this.
I've seen him with his helmet off, so that to me means he's done. So, I don't know if there's contact to the head and they're being cautious, or if he has an injury, or could be any one of those things.
And so 4th down and 12. The Tigers, despite struggling at getting things going offensively, have a chance behind that stingy defense to pull off a win and work their way into the quarterfinals.
In the playoffs, it doesn't matter what it looks like. It matters, did you win and move on. So, and the strength of this team is the defense, and they've been great all year, and use that to your advantage. So,
Tigers trying to pick up their 46th win all time in the playoffs.
You're a sophomore getting thrown into a playoff game, and you got Campbell and Bowenkamp coming off the edge, and Gertis has blitzed like the last three
and the noise level here at the Dome. Here we go. Tigers hold. Have a good chance to win this. Back to pass. Kluver, pocket closing. Airs it deep down the field.
Nope.
Incomplete. No flags down.
Great coverage by Russell.
Cedar Falls will take over with a minute 37 to go. Centennial out of timeouts.
Russell's in a great position here to make a play on the ball.
Even if he catches that, he has momentum. Would have taken him out of play. Now you got to feel sorry for Kluver, the sophomore. That's thrust into
it was a nice ball. He made some nice
tough
throws,
situation. And now the Tigers just victory formation here. Minute 37 remaining.
Centennial's out of timeouts.
Mercy. Remember that big fumble on that 4th down and goal at the 1. It looked like it was an automatic touchdown by Trenton Smith, and the ball popped out, and Schlottman recovers in the end zone, and that has to be our play of the game. Watch it again. The ball came out and right into the hands of Schlottman. Centennial, watch it again, and that ball came out again.
Sure.
Yep.
Miller, I think, knocked it out. You know, Miller made all the plays. He also knocked one out of their quarterback's hand. Right here, boom. Pushing over the edge, knocked the ball right out.
And that ball definitely was coming out before he crossed the plane. That was one of 3 fumbles by the Jaguars. 2 set up Tiger touchdowns. And this fumble saved the day. And now Cedar Falls will go into the quarterfinals. This is going to be a... And wow, Cedar Falls will be hosting next week. Valley has beaten Pleasant Valley 15-10. That's a huge upset. Pleasant Valley, top-ranked team in the state. So Cedar Falls will be at home for the quarterfinals. What?
We'll take it. We'll take it.
30 seconds to go. Countdown begins. Not a huge crowd tonight here at the Dome, but they were a factor, weren't they, John?
They definitely were.
And
it's not about size, it's about noise.
Celebration time as Cedar Falls moving on as they will beat the Jaguars 14-10. Survive and advance.
Never a doubt, Mark, never a doubt.
So Cedar Falls moves to 8-2 on the season. Ankeny Centennial will finish their year at 5-5. Good high school football game. And Cedar Falls will move on into the quarterfinals, and they will be hosting next week after Valley's shocking victory against Pleasant Valley. Boy, high school sports, hard to figure out.
Unpredictable, man. We'll take it.
I love it. Great win for the Tigers. Great job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew as always. Great shots here. Fun game to cover. Hope you enjoyed it. John, as always, thank you. Enjoyed doing these games with you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it to be here.
All right, so Cedar Falls with the victory. The Tigers advance to the 5A quarterfinals. For John Yoakum, I'm Mark Simpson, and you've been watching Cedar Falls Tiger football on Cedar Falls Community Television.